31st century. In the 31st century, Space Patrol 101 is sent out on a mission to find a new planet to live on after Earth has been completely ravished by war, disease, and pollution. The crew of Space Patrol 101 were made up of co-pilot Brock, age 25, Captain Riley, age 39, in command, and Max as well. Crod, who used to be a cop before he joined Space Patrol 101, he was 28 and in perfect shape to be the chief weapons officer and security. And second in command, Hayes, born 1/14/3042, pilot for Flight 101. And then Mitchell is a computer technician, assistant specialist, age 30. Then there's Zaid, a computer and communications chief, age 24. One step below Mitchell, IQ 122. And then John, assistant security officer. Ridge, chief of engineering, spent most of his life learning about science and spacecrafts. He's 24. And then Tam, the ship's nurse, is shuttle doctor. And as an asteroid comes flying towards Earth, Ridge, chief of security, and assistant engineer, and Lieutenant Max Casbah, age 20, all rush to the meteor conservatory when it crashes. And the conservatory, and obliterates, splits in the rooms in half. With the asteroid crash lands from the meteorite damage blast the pilots for the spaceships, while civilians are trapped inside the observatory dome. The rest, the pilots rush off, and the last launch is Shuttle 101. Can community evolve to a point where we can learn how to govern ourselves or control our environment and naturally and metaphysically? Then thinking, that's a wondering, interesting philosophical question. I step in and descend into the conservatory at the elevator shaft. Nature can only teach humans about evolution. Grand Canyon in the background has psychic powers. The aliens can read his mind also, Captain Riley said. Space Patrol 101 helps defeat the alien lizard rods on Xeon. Neon cosmic cats, so the human star cops can see where it's at, and they rebuild the abandoned civilization, a prison colony society, which turned into anarchy. This human military victory over the Quad's alien lizards on Xeon is a catalyst, the proofs to the cat people, irons in what they call side, and we were on their side too. Once we gain their trust, when they see what we can do and help them live in peace again, they gain control of their resources through time and travel portals and begin to colonize Earth from space. Neon space cats. Yeah, a few of the cat people decide to help us turn back time and take control of humanity if you can. Yeah, we grow our evolution and then throughout time, the cats became domesticated and lost to their intelligence as the humans became the dominant species. And why was that? Where were they? They modified with intergalactic DNA. A few of the cat people decided to help us turn back time and take control of Earth away from the artificially intelligent cyclone robots. In exchange for a place to stay, colonize, and a chance to liberate the alien cat race. It will help us as long as we never enslave them to the best pets again. No, why do they have to be so deep in your philosophy? But Iron's cat lady asked, why do we have to be? Why do you have to be a woman? Sid replies with another question. Oh. Well, in other words, I cannot be what I am not. Cats create matter, and matter can be transformed, but it cannot be destroyed. It's only recreated in another form. It's recycled energy. You think too much. It cat lady responds as he. This is a she. Why do you have to be a woman? You spray me with your scent, I shall call you Miss Mischievous. She puts her paws up like she's gonna box the cat Space Patrol. Artificial intelligence There will be one watching you. We're just looking for the right time and reason. Put 'em up, Miss Mitten says, and then she laughs and purrs. Go lick yourselves. Like she was just playing around. I'll not be cursed to eternal suffering. And they knew there was a way to reunite with their ancestors. Throughout space and time. They knew there was a way to reunite with their alien ancestors through thought of the Emerald Tablets. He was the first alien god to discover alchemy and use his knowledge and formulas for turning metal alloys into gold, since gold was the best superconductor for their spaceships. It came from the universe, and the universe is a giant organism, like God. Saw a spaceship 10,000 years before Christ's time, before the Common Era. Thoth crash landed on Earth after being pursued by an alien bounty hunter named Horus, god of light and son of Osiris. The cosmic key is telepathy and ESP. Thoth knew that he and the Emerald Tablets amplified psychic mind waves like a resonator through time and space. We got to explore the psychic mind waves. Yeah, this weapon could be devastating, like the Ark of the Covenant. So it needed to be hidden and protected, because if in the wrong hands, it was the only way to bring all the gods together peacefully, theoretically, or they could be used to destroy all of humanity. Therefore, this was too dangerous in reality, since one wrong thought could destroy everybody. So Thoth had hid some of the tablets inside the Sphinx, with a hidden chamber that only he knew, while he scattered pieces of it throughout the remaining universe and the Emerald Tablets elsewhere. Thoth befriended Enoch, and Enoch helped him to hide the remaining tablets. But some of them ended up on Easter Island, where the giants settled once their planet was destroyed by natural disasters, and much like Mars. Enoch, the giant one's leader, eventually Horus came up with the Thoth. It's time to take off. Get into the spaceship. Sky people versus space cats. Descendants of the gods. The god in the spaceship. Sid has telepathic powers. I'm your captain. Hop on the spaceship now. Captain of the Gnome Kingdom. Oh, let's get into the spaceship now. I'm the captain of your Gnome Kingdom. So let's get in the spaceship now. But I didn't want to add to the fear that gives evil its power.
Like the back of my hand.
Instead, I wanted to spread good vibrations.
Get in. We're ready for the last stop in a few minutes.
So the crew of Space Patrol 101. Oh, Sid hides away. It's a stowaway in a secret compartment.
How's your phone coming, Sid? I'm going to go sit in the co-pilot compartment.
Wait, Stargazer.
We're ready for blast off. Stargazer. My name is Stargazer.
Stargazer. Hop in the spaceship. The cosmic cruiser. at the elevator shaft. Nature can only teach humans about evolution. Grand Canyon in the background. And the symbols of time and erosion. We long for a place where time and money doesn't matter and in space. Without the government, civilians are responsible for that. How do we trust everyone, the potentially different individual? Yes. Everything is falling apart around me as the building sinks into the ground of lava. It must be the apocalypse. We've seen this kind of thing before. How do we know it's really the end of the world now? Or whether or not we can save it? Can we be sure to trust humanity again this time? Humanity. Evacuate the premises before it sinks into the ground. As the lava, the Hell's Gates open up, roll around from beneath the ground, beneath the cosmic observatory. Hooray! Hurry! Hurry and get into your spaceship shuttles. There's nothing lonelier than defeat and death. Well, blind as a bat in the belly of the beast. Scrambles. Everyone scrambles to get there. Space Patrol shuttles 1 through 101 launched. Ridge tightens some bolts as these ships mechanics. Launched. Ridge tightens some bolts as he ships mechanic. Tam checks in as the Shuttle 101's doctor. Everyone on board. I guess the question is to ask, God, why haven't I died yet? In the silence, tickling the existence, like crickets singing for the hopes that we may have a chance to make tomorrow a better place than before. The revolutionaries want to liberate people from a corrupt system that offers protection through fear and economic slavery as well as ignorance. It's not the liberals' fault that the system has failed. It's not the folly of youth to protest such a corrupt system when complacency only adds to their power. A planetary pandemic manipulates resources to solve the overpopulation problem. With general population control, it's not the final solution for biochemical engineering warfare with work in process instead of old-fashioned atomic warfare. It's going to be used to control the rising cost of healthcare for the population. Sure, it's illegal, but for more than 50 our citizens to gather and protest just as long as the corporation makes money on it. It's all right. So Spaceship 101 blasts off, thinking they can find another planet with resources to take back to Earth and help heal the damage that has been done. They get away with murder and leave their theme parks open for humans.
Accessing the Akashic records.
Right, we're looking through infinite space and time with the crystal eyes memory of the alien's mind. Accessing all of cosmic knowledge, like the cosmic prophets from the Akashic records of all the universal connections.
So dysfunctional. I'm supposed to. What do? They don't follow the golden rule. It's not too cool when they stop and turn against you. I thought they knew. Why do they become so cruel?
Receiving infinite alien signals from the cosmic connection. The crystal souls accessing Akashic records of all universal knowledge. The infinite wisdom of the universe.